Our second selection sees 13th place Tottenham Hotspurs playing host to 9th place Brentford. And Spurs, they were felled by their North London rivals Arsenal last week. A Gabriel header proved the deciding factor in what was a really exciting spectacle. Spurs did control the possession of the game, but despite having twice as much shots as Arsenal, they ultimately failed to make the breakthrough. Form-wise, this means that Spurs have won just one of their 4 games to start the season, with that sole victory coming in the 4-0 result against Everton. This is despite Postecoglou getting them to play a generally good style of football. They are currently averaging 15.7 shots per game, with 6 of these efforts on target, and an individual XG of 1.4. They play a Brentford side who suffered a narrow defeat last weekend, this time at the hands of Manchester City. Brentford caught the reigning champions sleeping as Johan Visser's first-minute goal made the breakthrough. 22 seconds is the fastest goal of the season so far. However, the game was flipped on its head with an Erling Haaland double, proving to be the difference between the two sides as Man City ran out 2-1 victors. Form-wise, Brentford now have 2 wins and 2 losses, which is a very respectable record for a side that have already faced 2 of the top 3 sides from last year's season. They've also looked pretty good moving forwards, scoring in 3 of their 4 matches too. When we look at the head-to-head record, the previous result saw Spurs come out ahead by 3-2. Brentford took the lead through Neil Mulpai before Spurs banged in 3 goals in just 8 minutes. A consolation was added by Tony, but this added nothing to the scoreline other than salvaging a bit of Brentford's pride. Spurs took the win in the end. Longer term, the form has been quite mixed, with the last 4 games seeing a Spurs win, a Brentford win, and 2 draws in that period. My prediction for this game is that both sides have had mixed form, and the head-to-heads record is about as clear as mud. Instead, I'll be looking at goals here. Spurs have seen over 2.5 goals in 2 of their 4 games, with half of these results coming at home, whereas Brentford have seen 3 of their last 4 games seeing over 2.5 goals scored, with half of their away games seeing over 2.5 scored too. When we look at the head-to-head record, over 2.5 goals have been scored in each of the last 4 encounters, and an average amount of 4.25 goals per game. With all of this data, I'm leaning towards over 2.5 goals here, and I'm going to take that for a full stake in bet number 2.